be like a great decision maker, like just the decisions, and you know what I mean? Like just recently, it's just not a run of great decision making. Is what I will say. He's on a bad beat of poor decision making.
Listen to this.
So, go ahead.
Dion, this is what he said. This bitch I'm fucking always tell me that she love, but she ain't never showed me. Yeah, and if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper. It'll be another Kobe.
But the title of the song is "Don't Worry, R.I.P. Kobe." So if everyone knows that Meek Mill doesn't make great decisions, like
I'll be honest with you. To me, I'll be honest with you. It's just a poor rap. He sucked at what he did. I don't think that he thought it was going to be so disrespectful. But what he didn't realize is how suck ass the lyrics that he was putting out was. And this shit's just horrible. It's just
Listen, horrible. If you're going to talk about a fucking legend, a GOAT, who just passed away, and when everybody, you know, like the level of fucking, like, that was different. Like, when Kobe passed away, like, that shit was a reckoning. Like, a lot of people sat there and were like, fuck, like, that shit hurt, man. More than a lot of other shit that had happened. So the point is again, these dudes, a lack of the fucking temperature in the room, a lack of general self-awareness that you could think that you could go willy-nilly, let's make a Kobe song and throw it out there. Nah, bruh. Like, that shit has to be done a certain way.
Right.
Like, if you're going to do a Kobe joint, that shit better be fucking airtight and a classic to even touch that topic, or back the fuck off, my guy.
But that's what he thought he was doing. I bet you that's what he thought he was doing.
But you would have to.
What he thought. He thought wrong.
The way Lil Wayne did it is the way you would have done it. But I think I'm gonna shoot. I've been hard on Meek because he been catching nails. He been doing dumb shit. And on top of that, that was a dumbass thing to say. You can't say that about Kobe. You can't even put that in a line. But as a rapper, as an MC, because Meek Mill's a rapper, he was probably high off perks. There's a good chance, high as fuck, because he's known to take perks. He probably thought that was a hard ass bar, and he had nobody in his corner, no type of publicist or something to say, hey, that ain't cool. That ain't it right there. Bro.
Not even a publicist, a homie who knows how to spit
a real homie.
Like, yo, that bar was trash, bro. Get that shit out.
The producer should have stopped the track and be like, hey, nope, redo that part. We not recording that. But Meek Mill, we sparing you because we got a motherfucking podcast to get into. So what's up, y'all? It's Friday. You with the Arrogant Underdogs podcast. You got Dion, the MVP. You got Eric, a.k.a. Reverend No Good, a.k.a. Booty, a.k.a. Player on Vacation. Let me stop telling this business. And you got my guy, Big Hollywood, Big in the building. You got myself, Chris G.
Yes,
what's going on with y'all?
Cheers.
Hey, you might give that motherfucker some slack, but I did see the motherfucking Joker pulled up on his ass though.
Hey, real quick though with the shit.
Motherfucking Joker pulled up on him, motherfucker talking shit to him.
The big Joker? Somebody slapped the big Joker on him?
I wish a nigga would pull up on me with rainbow colored hair, calling me a pussy. I wish a nigga would.
So listen, honestly, I got a question. So if the security guards would have backed off a little bit, what would have happened? With 6ix9ine had to whoop Meek Mill's ass? Like you think that's possible?
No.
I seen that punching bag video.
Why does this 6ix9ine guy get so much attention? That's the little boy with the colored hair, right?
Yeah.
Because snitching
he gets so much and he gets so much attention because these rappers give him attention.
He had the game in his hands before he snitched. Because he is in this level of internet and what entertains folks, he is the perfect car crash. Everybody slows down to watch. Hip hop ain't even about. Listen, man. Hip hop right now is crazy. it's not even about music no more. It's about attention. Who can create
It's rarely
the biggest
about music,
controversy?
yeah.
Who can create? You see that shit? Oh, little fucking jacuzzi up from over here had beef with blah blah, and you'll be like, yo, who the fuck is Lil Jacuzzi? Like, does he
Little
make?
Jacuzzi. Let me find out what's your rap name, Vic. Let me find out. Let me find out if that's your rap name.
Young Koozie in the house.
Young Koozie.
Like, you hear Young Koozie over here, shout out to the dude, and you're like, yo, okay. Like even with our own fucking podcast, we had a topic where it was, hey yo, homeboy, blah 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 over here, and I was like, who the fuck is that? So it's like people are known more for like the violence and the actions and the shit that's going on in the actual content of the art. You know what I'm saying? So like,
is it getting too far? Like,
yeah,
like is it time for people to just be like, screw Meek Mill, maybe put him to the side, leave him alone?
I won't say screw Meek Mill. I wouldn't. I'm not really big into the whole cancel shit. But I definitely think that there's got to be some real ones in your corner. Listen, I know if I act up like that, or if I was even on this motherfucking pod and I was getting too crazy, I know one of you motherfuckers would pull me to the side and be like, hey man, like you gotta fucking chill, like da 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 da. It doesn't seem like he has that.
But the difference is,
I don't know if I'm wrong and he's just running those red lights.
The difference is there's 4 of us. He is the show. Like he is the one-man show and everybody's eating off of him.
Yeah, he's the captain. He's the boss.
Yeah, he's the captain. Maybe people don't feel comfortable talking, or maybe people are and he's not listening.
According to Whack 100, Meek Mill got an ass whooping coming when he's
yeah, cause and that Meek's fault. That's what Meek keeps doing. Cause he really Meek. See, I was trying to be nice. Meek needs to go shut the fuck up and go sit with Jay-Z somewhere and just shut the fuck up and copy everything Jay-Z does. Cause he has the billionaire friends. Meek Mill does. He's rich. He has a lot of stuff going as far as investments, companies. Like he's doing big things. He's doing stuff with politics, with reform and stuff. Go sit next to Jay-Z, mirror Jay-Z. Stop trying to be this dude that's halfway in the streets. You're starting shit with people. That's why the snitch popped up. You start shit with the snitch, and he popped up. And it's not about making him popular. These rappers are making him popular. And actually, everybody's even real. Everybody's watching 6ix9ine wait to the moment he dies. That sounds harsh, but everybody's literally watching this kid to get killed. That's what they're doing. They're waiting on the day he gets killed.
They don't want to miss it.
Yeah. A lot of people feel like rap is art. So they feel like he's a rapper. He can say what he wants. He has freedom, creative control of his stuff.
That's true. That's true.
He say what he wants. It's his song.
But
I think he can say what he wants, but I think at the end of the day, I don't exactly agree with he should just follow Jay-Z and watch Jay-Z because he ain't Jay-Z. He's a different person. But the moral of the story is he, as a person who has crossed over a different plateau in music, when you start diving into politics, when you start diving into culture and trying to make changes and inspire the culture to do different shit, you got to start walking and acting differently, my G. You can't do all that and then go back to some really dumb ratchet shit. Exactly. More importantly, you got to watch what you give energy to. He can't give energy to dumb shit. Whenever you give energy to dumb shit, that energy is going to come back on you. It's that simple. And that shit transcends money. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're going to give energy to fuck shit, that fuck shit's going to come back and bounce on you. And that's what's happening to him. He just needs to stop giving energy to fuck shit and go give energy to positive shit. And when he's going to speak on that shit and go do that. Don't be on the internet trolling a troll. That's what happened to him. And let's be clear. He tried to troll a troll and it backfired. You can't troll a troll, bro. Like that dude's
a big. It's always gonna backfire. That's why a lot of other people ignore him. This shit just gonna backfire.
He tried to troll a troll in a moment where the troll didn't have the opportunity to clap back. So he remembered that shit, and the second he got opportunity, he's all over his ass. That's a bigger troll than you are. And that's just like Meek needs to be above that shit. Honestly, give energy to some other shit. He's giving energy to.
Gotta remember that. Yes, he is protected with the First Amendment as far as being the amendment that allows him to be able to say what he wants.
He's protected. Listen, you could be protected, but
he's legally he's granted the ability to say what he wants to say, but that doesn't mean that he's free from scrutiny.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You know, he
Absolutely.
say what you want to say, but you got to take these motherfucking L's when they come your way too.
I always say freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence.
Mm-hmm.
You can say what you want. That don't mean you can't get punched in your mouth for saying. So think about it like this. If I'm Meek Mill, I'm a millionaire, right? I'm a fucking millionaire, billionaire. Unless I'm on parole or probation or some fuck shit like that, that's another thing. Is he on parole? Is he on probation? So, but if you're fucking coming at me, you disrespecting me, and I got security, I'm a millionaire. It's not like I'm interviewing for jobs. I'm a fucking entrepreneur. I could punch you in your fucking face on camera if I'm self-defense. You coming at me? All right, let's go. Let's go. You want to get crazy? Or at a certain point, if you come to a certain anyway, look, but if you from the hood, dog, there's a such thing as space. And after a while, if you cross a certain space, you should already know you're gonna get snuck. Like the second you come this close, and your voice is at a certain fucking.
I'm sorry, but he's too damn old to be having all this type of controversy.
Exactly.
The flip side of that is we also live in a day and age where this type of attention will get him streams, and it'll get him the attention, and his publicist will, swoop out, do some sort of cleanup work, and he'll get the streams, the song will go on, and he'll move on, and everyone else is talking about it, and he's home chilling.
Expect the album in the next month.
But here's my point. Here's my point. An artist at Meek's level shouldn't have to rely on the shitty tactics. That's what an up and coming artist needs to do to get shine and come on. Like an artist at Meek's level shouldn't have to do that shit to get spins, to get shine. Like he should be above that.
Yeah, but it works.
If that's what he needs to. Bottom line, if that's what he needs to do to get some motherfucking wave, then them bars is weak sauce.
Hey, what they say? Bad press.
Let your bars talk.
Absolutely.
Hey, pride and ego. Pride and ego. Just apologize and move on.
It all works. And coincidentally, I was just gonna ask y'all about Kim and Kanye. Look at the situation that they have to deal with, right? We're looking at it and we're like, oh, it's kind of fucked up that they're getting a divorce, but they've literally spent the last 5 to 10 years of their lives doing that very thing, coming out in the media, doing crazy shit that we would deem as disrespectful. And they've amassed millions. And to be honest, they're $1 billion machine.
They are more than $1 billion machine.
And it's been years of doing shit that most of us would think is rude or disrespectful. And now they're getting a divorce, and Kanye will go on and do whatever Kanye does. But now everyone's going to be concerned about him, but he's still Kanye.
Well, as one of the people who think he actually has mental health issues, my concern with Kanye is the way he's going to react to this. But other than that, I actually think it's a good thing, because I think Kanye has fucked up so much, just the way he's the way he's done things, that he might have to lose it all in order to really look in the mirror and have to change himself. So I don't know if it's so I'm conflicted at the end of the day, because I feel sorry for him, I have empathy for him, but I mean, Kanye, this is what you need.
I am a Kanye West fan. I enjoy his music. To me, this is a great thing for his fans, because an artist, unfortunately, need some turbulence in their lives to sometimes give us great things that we like from them.
That's a great point. It's fucked up, but it's great. I understand.
I can't wait for this motherfucker. Him and Dr. Dre get back in the studio. This shit's gonna be fire this summer.
Hey, 808s and Heartbreaks 2.0.
Fucking right. You know what I'm saying? Give me some music out this shit.
He gonna put out an angry ass church album.
So really what y'all saying is it's the type of controversy. That's the bad thing, right? So we all love Kobe, so that's where you shouldn't go. But we enjoy Kanye's antics, so this publicity is like, okay. That's kind of what it is. I mean, I'm being frank about myself. It's fucked up, but that's really how I see it too.
Yeah, everybody pick and choose. That's nature. That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, everybody does pick and choose. What I would say is, like, I don't have anything funny to say about that whole Kim and Kanye situation, because the truth of the matter is, who the fuck knows, man? I don't know what the fuck's going on in that household, you know, and what's going on, who's right, who's wrong. You know, I don't know if, you know, Kanye's been a terrible husband. I don't know if Kim's been a terrible, like, who the fuck? No, I have no idea, man. I have no idea, and nor am I going to pretend to know what the fuck's going on. That was that marriage, that relationship off top had the ability to be very combustible. And who the fuck knows, man? I wish them both the best. I wish Kanye the best.
I just hate the kids is involved.
I want Kanye to win.
Their publicist or somebody came out and said that they both want to co-parent, so nobody's like fighting for sole custody and all that kind of stuff.
And that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Great.
But I'm fascinated about, and I usually don't really care about this stuff, but I'm curious about the prenup, because I'm curious about what it says, because the Kris Jenner is a beast. So no telling how much they're worth. Like, most people would think that Kanye is going to pay her alimony, but I'm curious to find out if you got to pay him.
I would be shocked. I would be shocked if they don't have a fucking contract by
so they do have a prenup.
Oh yeah, they definitely got some litigation going on. There's definitely some litigation going on in that relationship.
But when they got together, she probably had a bigger net worth than he did.
But that's what I'm saying. So many people think that. Yeah, what'd you say, Eric?
I said she's probably close. Her net worth is probably somewhere close to $1 billion herself.
That's what I'm saying. But a lot of people look like, because of course, y'all know how I feel about this, but people are already like, she's the gold digger. She's going to get the money. She's going to get paid. But I wouldn't be surprised if she got to fuck around and pay him some money.
Yeah, she got a lot of capital. She
got a lot of damn money.
She be the gold digger right now. I mean,
yeah, ain't nobody paying nobody. I don't think. I think if anything, Kanye might give a little something, but if anything,
she might be an old rich ass.
She don't need him.
Hobby bitch right now, or something. But I can't see her as.
She's actually married down her entire career, if you think about it. I mean, she's never married anybody who was richer than her.
Kim K, keep that trend alive and highlight your boy. Come marry down with me. I got you, baby. I'll be your Kanye.
Once you look at what Eve did, shit, she married down.
Hey, Chris, you got a shot. You got a shot, Chris.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm about to go be on DM right now. Twitter time. DM.
How many kids do they have? 4? I think they have 4.
They about to have 5. Fucking with me.
I worry about his mental health, because that's always
me too. Let me stop playing.
His mental health.
The good thing with Kanye is that he has the resources available for him to get help.
Absolutely.
Definitely does.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. I really want to. I know we could talk about hip hop, because that's usually what happens. Y'all start talking about hip hop and it just goes on and on. So I'm gonna cut y'all off right here. I wanted to ask y'all. They impeached him again, and
failed.
He was acquitted and failed, and he was acquitted. And they spent. I didn't realize it was this much money. It was $1.8 million for an impeachment trial.
Yeah. Yeah. When in theory they probably knew it was a long shot to win.
But don't you kind of?
Of course they knew.
I think that you still have to do it. I think that in America, if you find probable cause to bring somebody on charges, you should do it. Now, and then he did what he was supposed to do and be acquitted. Right? He followed his lawyer's advice. He didn't testify. He didn't do all the things, whatever his lawyer said. He was acquitted. And I personally don't see anything wrong with that. That's the way it was. But a lot of people do. A lot of people feel like they.
I think in the criminal justice system that prosecutors look at cases and decide whether or not it is worth it to prosecute somebody. Also, they don't just prosecute people just because a crime has occurred. They even look at the possibility of winning, whether it's worth it to even take it to court. So in this case, looking at all of the non-evidence that they had, they probably should have said to themselves, this is not worth taking this to court, dragging America through this in a time where people are dying from this disease. People are suffering. They don't have jobs. They are lacking food, some of the basic necessities of life. And here we are wasting money on a trial we know we're not going to win, when we could be helping these people instead. We're putting all of our time and energy into this bullshit, and we still ain't decided how much money we're going to give these people and we know they ain't been able to pay their rent and keep their fucking lights on. That's the shit that
we have senators, we have representatives in the House, we have legislative, but we have thousands of people who work in the government. We can do both things. We can impeach a president and take care of our people at the same time.
They haven't proved it to us, so
now whether they do it or not is an issue, but it can be done, and that's the whole point to the government. Is my point. You should be able to,
but they don't do it for some reason.
Right. Well, but here's the thing: whether they impeached him or not, they were not likely to help people in Texas anyway. It's not the way that this country functions.
Yeah, we ain't even get.
That's a great point.
So, but that's the issue that people have, right? People are
that's why they need to be held accountable.
They spent their time over here.
Here's the problem.
And didn't take care of it over here, but theoretically, we wouldn't have took care of the people in Texas anyway. So that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do one just because you didn't do the other. You should do both.
So FEMA is horseshit is what you're saying.
What you
disagree.
saying?
So FEMA is horseshit is what you're saying.
Saying
the argument.
I say FEMA. No, FEMA is horseshit, huh?
That's another argument. I see what you're trying to do. But look, the main argument was this. So there's a word, it's called precedent, right? And so the argument for is that you have to jump in and you have to go at him because the word of precedent, meaning whether you win or lose, you just have to let it know. You ever punch someone in the face? Do you only punch someone in the face if you think you can win the fight?
No, you gotta strike sometimes.
And that's my whole problem. Exactly. They're doing it. They spend 1.8 because they don't like somebody.
If a dude disrespect you, it don't mean, oh, I'm not gonna win this fight, so let him disrespect me. No, you still gonna throw your fucking punch and punch him in the face.
I disagree. That's nothing to brag about. American government.
Let me finish.
American government should not spend 1.8 because they don't like somebody. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but that's the whole point, Chris. But think about what you just said, Chris.
That's not the point I was making. Precedent. They had to go after him because they have to show historically if someone does this shit, we can't let him get away with it. So we have to try to go after him.
Why didn't they impeach
Now,
Bush?
here's the thing. The truth of the matter is, you know who loses? We do, because we're morons. Because even if they don't and they saved that 1.8, we wasn't getting it fucking anyway.
See, that's exactly. That's a very frustrating. That's a very frustrating thing for me.
So who cares?
Is because you have to. You don't have to, but you can impeach him and you can take care of the fucking people in Texas. It's always like, for some reason in America, we're always like, oh, you got to do this and then do that. You got fucking trillions of dollars rolling through those accounts. Do both of them. It's
agree.
If the president is being an ass and doing shit he has no business doing, that nigga could be brought up on charges. If my cousins can be brought up on charges, he could be brought up on charges. So you bring his ass up on charges, you can do both.
No, that's not how things work. We've had presidents.
Exactly. That's not how things work.
We've had presidents. Each one of the presidents that I can count in all my recent history have all committed criminalistic.
Exactly.
Well, here's the issue. So your issue is that the previous presidents should have been brought up on charges and they weren't. That doesn't necessarily mean that because they weren't that he shouldn't either. The issue is that they should have been brought up on charges too. That's really the issue.
What I'm saying is,
God damn you, pardon, D.
That's what I'm saying with this political stuff sometimes.
What I'm saying is I understand trends. I understand what's likely to happen and what's not likely to happen. I should be able to get a loan based off of my merit, not because of my skin color. But we all know that shit's different. I should be able to go in any city or any county in America and open up a business without being blackballed by white people, but we know that that's just not the most.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then.
We can't speak in
how to fix that, right? Well, yeah, but you just brought up a very real truth. You should be able to do those things. So the issue is not that now they should look at someone else and say, well, you know what, I'm not going to give you a loan because we we weren't doing it before. The issue is you should have been doing it. You should have been giving me a fucking loan before, and I still want my fucking loan. So it's the same issue. You should.
Doesn't mean I'm going to get it though.
You should. It doesn't mean you're going to get it. But what I'm saying is you should have been doing it. So I personally don't think that the issue is that they did it. Maybe the issue is they should have been doing it all along, and now the people should.
I mean, that's always.
That's always the story though.
I mean, now the issue is that Biden doesn't do shit.
How filthy it is.
Now, if Biden does some criminal shit, the Republicans should say, yo, this nigga some criminal shit. You got to bring him up on charges too.
But if the entire system is criminalistic in its nature, how could that ever be? Honestly.
Doesn't that concern y'all a little bit that the system since the beginning of time is fucked up, but they picked this president to bring charges on? Doesn't that make you wonder what the fuck was going on for them to just decide that?
This is clear.
No, Bill Clinton got impeached for a blowjob.
Listen, they knew he was gonna win, so you know they had to make it so that he would go away. A lot of the shit that happened during his presidency. He caught a lot of shit that was set up. You know what I'm saying?
Clinton or Trump?
That's Trump. That's the political game, though. You play that game when you at that level. But these motherfuckers get set up every day.
Look, Dion made a great point.
Motherfuckers are trying to set them up every fucking second of the day. Somebody's trying to run a scam to try to do something to these motherfuckers because they sit at the highest level. It's just that some of them are smart enough to stay out of trouble, and some of them just run their mouth too much and put themselves in harm's way. That's what he did.
I think Dion made a great point when she said that we're angry at they should have did that against the former presidents. That's my whole point. We know they're not going to. They should have did it, but they're not going to. So what that equates to me is the fact that they knew they wasn't going to win this impeachment trial. They impeached them anyway, just because they felt disrespected. That just lets me know that was a $1.8 million witch hunt. And I'm not going to support a $1.8 million witch hunt when it's frozen people in Texas, when I got to walk past 1,000 homeless people in LA every day. I'm not going to support that. And the only reason why people support that is because the media tells people to support that because the media tells people what to be angry at. That's my final take on it.
That's the truth. That's just the truth.
I understand that. But let's be clear. For the record, the impeachment happened before what happened in Texas.
No, but
it didn't happen at the same time.
I didn't even bring Texas up. I'm talking about the people that need that $2,000, right? That these motherfuckers been promising us. That was before the people started freezing. They needed that money, but instead of them fucking huddling up, discussing how much money they're gonna get these motherfuckers, they rather fucking try to impeach a nigga for some stupid shit. When you let everybody else fucking slide, but you choose to do this shit now while motherfuckers in the worst condition ever. Get on your fucking horse.
That frustrates me. I get frustrated at
it's
the
always
fact
been that way.
It's sort of
ain't nothing new.
I'm with you. I agree. It's just
it's always been that way.
What frustrates me though is not. I guess for me, the impeachment to me is like, man, 1.8 million. It happens. And I think that's that. I don't mean it to sound like it's like not.
They wiped their ass with 1.8 million.
Right.
When you realize the amount of money they cough and give, they give American Airlines $1 billion without anybody knowing.
That was fucking lunch and dinner for a weekend.
That's why when people, I'm not going to sit here losing composure because they spent 1.8 million. They spend billions daily. That's just a waste of all our time.
I'm not really angry at the money. I'm angry at the time. They
the timing, yeah.
For time, a week, probably longer. Probably
don't matter. But even here's my point. And I'm gonna end it on this note. Even if you give them back all that time, they wasn't spending that time on helping us.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
No matter. If you gave them the 1.8 million back, it wasn't going to us. If you gave them all the time back, it wasn't going to us. Who gives a fuck?
But was it a distraction?
Gives a fuck.
So what's
what? I don't know because here's why. Here's the frustrating thing is because it's very easy, and I think this is what they do so well. It's very easy for us to look at 2021 as the issue or 2020 as the issue. But when you have shit that happened in Texas, that was some shit from 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, when the town was building their, when Texas is working on their infrastructure, et cetera, and somebody made a bunch of decisions or a group of people made a bunch of decisions that fucked up a whole state 20 years from now. And no, let me finish because this is what happens with the way that governments are run, right? So the decisions that they make, whether we like it or not, or whether they're doing things and all that kind of stuff, I know a lot of people believe, but they're making decisions to build things or not build things, use certain type of energy, and it doesn't come into play until years later. And now we sit back and go, Trump should have did, or Biden should have did. But the reality is, there's not much that Trump or Biden could have done for in like processes, which working there is fucked up. I think it's fucked up most of the time. It's not like, you know, I've seen people have a tree fall on their house that was on town property and it doesn't get paid for because the logistics behind it is fucked up, to be very honest. But I don't think that things work the way that people think they work. And so that's why I'm always trying to think through the logistics. If you got a helicopter dropping stuff out of the plane, I now live in my house. How do I get that? How does the military men know who's home? How do they know that I'm safe? How do they know that I'm not allergic? Like, it's just so many things that I think of that I always wonder, is it really that easy? Theoretically, I think it is. Logistically, I don't think so. I don't know.
I absolutely think that we have the resources to do it with ease. This is something that our humanitarian efforts deal with on a daily basis around the globe. We have the foremost experts in saving other countries in disastrous moments. This would have been very easy. And we talking 7 inches of snow, 7 to 8 inches of snow. Motherfuckers in New York have 22, 23, 24 inches of snow sometimes. We talking 8, 9 inches of snow and cripple them because they're not used to it. They didn't have the mobiles available to clear the highways and the utilities and resources to pull it off themselves. The government should have just stepped in. They just didn't.
And best believe them trains in New York are fucking running.
Yeah, I just wish we had a better answer as to why it didn't happen. Because right now it is a lot of speculation, but what we do know is that people did fucking starve for days. And a lot of them froze. You know, that shit's fucked up, man. I just feel bad as a citizen of the country when shit like that happen right in our own backyard. From a disaster.
No fault of their own. People get caught with they got caught with their pants down.
Fucking
usually what happens.
And you fuck. But you know, that's another tale for another day. But it's just like you said, they got caught with their pants down. Man, a lot of older people always tell us stuff like this. Always be prepared for shit like this. Get you a generator. Make sure you got a deep freezer and a generator to connect to it. Always keep it full of food because you just never know, because it be the places like a fucking Jacksonville. If Jacksonville got trapped under 13 inches of snow, oh my God.
Let me tell you a true story. There was an area of town in the wintertime, like a couple years ago, that the sprinklers stayed on by mistake and it dropped to 25 overnight. So the whole road was frozen. They closed the schools in that area because there was no salt. There's no salt down here to put down on the ground to melt the ice. It doesn't exist.
Experiencing driving that shit.
Nobody would leave the house. They closed the schools in that area, the whole nine, because of a frozen street. I had never seen anything in my life. This
shit happened in fucking when I first moved to Maryland. This shit happened. We got hit with such a snowstorm. They didn't have no salt. They fucking ran out of salt in the entire state, and their explanation was like, "Yo, this shit ain't never happened here before. We never needed this shit." I was snowed the fuck in. I couldn't go to work. My job was calling me talking shit. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck." I took pictures and sent it to them. I emailed them the flick. I was like, "What you want me to do? I'm not fucking shoveling 3 feet of snow. Get out of here."
Hey Vic, that shit's real, man. Just really quick. So y'all, of course, y'all know it barely ever rains in Las Vegas. So every time we get a little rain, Oh, it's fucking 25, 30 accidents.
Oh, of course.
25, 30 accidents. I'm talking about from a fucking 25-minute shower. Accidents all over the place.
It's like that out here.
Because people aren't used to driving in rain. They don't understand that the
People
roads
are fucking stupid. You can't drive you can't make adjustments.
You'd be surprised, man. Motherfucker been driving the same roads for 30 years. Then today that bitch wet. They go for a ride.
You know, it's hard to relate. I'm from New York, man. So if you when you've been driving in New York your whole life,
you get a little bit of everything.
You a road warrior, bro. Like we out there, don't matter. Rain. It could be pouring, raining, barely see. I have a motherfucker tailgating me, wondering why I'm going so slow. I'm ready to fight this motherfucker.
Put your flashes on and keep it pushing
around me.
Just throw the scarf on and put your hazards on, bitch. Hey, look, man, y'all, but we gotta end this show.
We sure do. Let's wrap it up.
Hey,
late Friday night.
You know what they say? Time flies when you're having fun, son.
Well, no, a lot of that shit was real, man. A lot of this shit's frustration, like with the government and other things. You know, we're just passionate about some of these things, man. And shit's real. Shit's really. There's a lot of shit going on in the country, and hopefully things will get better on a wide scale. But that's just me being optimistic.
Positive energy to all those people that have been hurt in the state of Texas.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, definitely so, man.
To the people that had to suffer through it. That's the largest winter storm to ever encompass the United States at one time. That shit was crazy. Like all of the states, except for Hawaii and Florida, received some type of icy precipitation. Isn't that some shit? Amazing.
Yeah. Bill Gates.
It makes you wonder. It's like
Bill Gates, 5G. Try to tell you.
Makes you wonder, man. Makes you wonder.
Hey, we're going to hop out of here. Make sure y'all hit the like.
Don't ever do that again.
Subscribe, share, comment. We love to comment back. The next time we'll holler at y'all. Arrogant Underdogs season. Episode 30 coming up soon. We'll see y'all.
Soon. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Nigga said